Hi there. It's been quite a while since I've done one of these videos. I've done like a long reading, and I just got this beautiful new deck that I've been wanting for a long time. I thought I was never going to get another deck again, but here I am. So I thought, why not? Let's do a reading. And I just kind of asked God, the divine, what it is that we need to know right now. So that's just any kind of guidance that we can get right now from God, the divine, our ancestors. That's what's going to be coming through this reading. Hope you guys are doing well. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Eight of Cups. Oh my God. Oh, look at that sun just like not having it right there. Wow, that's interesting. The back of her sweater says, I'm leaving. So I purposely wanted to connect with God, and there's a cross. We love that. The Hierophant is about faith. It's in reverse, so, you know, wow. A lot of major arcana, so that is very indicative of like, I saw this while I was shuffling, so Six of Cups. Very indicative of like things moving forward, or like, you know, things happening or going to be happening if they haven't, okay? Oh, what's going on with this? Oh, are those her eyebrows? I was like, what in the world? Okay, so this is Taurus energy. I don't remember what the Hanged Man or the World. I want to say they're, so Neptune. I was going to say, I want to say they're planets, and I thought Neptune was Hanged Man. Neptune and Saturn. So that is Pisces and, where's Saturn at? Capricorn. Okay. 6, 7, 8, I just noticed. So I'm being called actually to mention that I saw the Six of Pentacles when I was shuffling as well. There's the Queen of Pentacles. I was like, yeah, there's a lot of earth energy showing up here. I feel like, especially with the Eight of Cups right here, I feel like you're trying to walk away from things that didn't serve you, and it feels like specifically like, you know, routines, habits, some behaviors, but it really feels more like a habit or a habitual, I've got chills type thing. And, you know, you're trying to close out this chapter of like, what was keeping you stuck, what was, oh, I forgot to turn on the light. Whoops. Well, that's significant. Whoa, that's really bright. Here, we're going to turn that down. I just like having a little light on it. There we go. Okay. Thank you for being with me there. What was I saying? So it feels to me like you're trying to close out this chapter of like, you know, like routines, habits, and things. Why is this doing this? I just realized. Whoa. I'm sorry, guys. This thing's acting wonky. I had to unplug it last night. It just was on out of nowhere. I don't know. But see, I'm like distracted. So, you know, for some of you, like, I feel that you're purposely distracting yourself from what it was you needed to do, and you were like staying in the habitual routines that didn't serve you. And I certainly can resonate with that, because I have specifically, oh my God, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, all right. I have myself been trying to get off my phone more, with like doom scrolling, playing games. I've been trying to connect more with spirit, with God, with the divine. And I feel like, the devil, I'm surprised the devil isn't here. I saw it when I was shuffling. The devil's been trying to hold me back from it, or just keep me in this energy, right? And there's a sense of like, Seven of Swords is being sneaky. So it's like, well, maybe I can just do it for this little while, and, it'll be fine. And it's like you're kind of lying to yourself, because you just keep getting pulled back. Now, I do feel, especially with the world being here, that you're on the brink of kind of letting it go, and actually moving forward, and not being stuck and suspended in these old routines or habits or whatever, behaviors. So I feel like you're making progress. You just need to keep moving forward. It's going to take some time. Habits and routines are really hard to break, especially ones that feel like comfort, even if they're not comfortable. Okay. Even if you recognize when you do whatever it is that doesn't feel good to you, it still provides some kind of safety, right? A safety net for you, or so you think, but it really isn't. It doesn't feel good. One of the things I'm noticing too, like there's a lot of pink hair, like pink. Well, and there's pink in this card. I mean, a lot of these cards probably have pink. I mean, she's got pink, but I like the hair. So for some of you might have pink hair, or you might like pink might be showing up a lot for you, and it has been for me too. There's this blue teal color that's mixed in with these cards too on this one as well. It's weird. I just had a dream last night about pink and blue, like ice cream, but it was like a darker color. I mean, pink can represent the heart chakra. Oh, there's blue and pink over here too. And then blue is like communication, truth. So I feel like now is a really important time for you to be honest with yourself. And, when you get caught up, like for me, for instance, I've noticed that I'm trying to give myself room to like play games on my phone, but not necessarily scroll as much. And I noticed today that I was on my phone for longer than I wanted to. But don't shame yourself, or, whatever it is. It might not be the same thing for you, but don't shame yourself. Just like, acknowledge what's happening, and then, say, okay, I can do better. I'm going to do better, and then do better. That's all. So yeah, it's a really good message. And I'm not really surprised that this is what's coming up, to be honest. And I don't know why, but we're going to go with self-forgiveness. So being that I'm drawn to this deck, there might be something with the habits that you have that are tied to, people in the past specifically, or places. Like it feels like a coping kind of thing. And I can relate with the phone thing, because I feel like it was kind of, before, like the person I was before and the situations I was in before, it was kind of like a numbing thing. Like it was like I numbed myself, and was like, okay, this feels safe. This is like a barrier between me and other people. You know what I mean? So some of these habits for you, are hard to let go of because you use them to cope with. For a lot of you, it feels like the situation, or I was going to say situation, but the situations that you were in before, you're not in them anymore. But that doesn't mean that it's easy for you to let go of, these coping mechanisms, right? So maybe just acknowledging right there that, like, this is what I'm doing to cope with, or this was what I was doing to cope. Maybe you need to just acknowledge, like, that was a coping mechanism for you back then. So you can work on letting it go and making peace with that. And then maybe you won't feel so attached to, these habits, routines, whatever. And it's funny because I was looking, so the Seven of Swords, right? I was looking at this girl really holding on to the swords. It's like tightly, she's holding on to them tightly. So that kind of makes sense. And I was thinking that, like a safety net, whether it's like, maybe wrapping yourself up in a blanket to feel safe. Not that that's a bad thing, but maybe it's something that you did to cope and it triggers you, you know what I mean? And you're like, I gotta stop doing this because it just reminds me of these people and situations and whatnot, you know what I mean? So it's definitely kind of like an unhealthy attachment to whatever you're doing. And it's like a loop, right? You just keep living in the loop of that time. And it's like the loop is really more energy related. So, if you're like me and you're on the phone and you're like doom scrolling, that could certainly put you in a negative energy. But I feel like it's a reminder, like, just as an example, it's a reminder for me of that time. And then I'm just putting myself back in that energy loop of negativity, if that makes sense. Okay. So 8 of Cups with, what's this? Self-trust. Yep, self-trust. I forgive myself for internalizing others' perception of me as reflective of what must be true about me. I choose to believe that only I can really know what I hold in my heart, and it is safe to self-validate when external validation is not readily available. Yeah, so the walking away from, judgment of others, or for some of you, I feel like, and again, this feels like past energy. It can be present, like whatever is the case for you, but it really feels like you've already kind of walked away from these situations, but now you're needing to kind of let go of like the past in general, but like I say, these habits or whatever. So the judgment piece, though, it feels like, and I just posted a card for the card of the day. The judgment, not that these people didn't judge you, but I feel like you judge yourself a lot, and then you project that out into the world, and then these people do judge you that aren't in your highest good, or these people have, I should say. But there's a part of you that's recognizing that you don't really care anymore about what people think of you, and you're just living in your own truth. Like you have your own style, you're marching the beat of your own drum. Like she's wearing like these long socks, like people don't wear those. I mean, sports or whatever, but I mean, she's got her own style, she's cute, right? You're doing your own thing and not paying attention to like how people are looking at you, talking about you, whatever. And there's a need for you to kind of recognize that, your self-criticism is sometimes a bigger judgment than what other people are putting onto you, okay? Hierophant with Purpose Seeker, the Caregiver. I forgive myself for feeling as though I should not have experiences that only I seem to benefit from. I choose to believe that when I give myself permission to independently explore my desires, I am able to return to my loved ones with renewed passion. So this is interesting because this feels like, so the Hierophant is about faith, right? And it's in the reverse. So and I was just talking about self-judgment. What faith do you have in yourself to achieve what it is you need to achieve? And, I can resonate with the fact that sometimes we want to bring people along with us when we're trying to achieve something. Like for me, my business, I want it to be successful, right? But, that's something I have to do on my own. I can bring other people in on it, whether, I collaborate with them on lives or podcasts, my friend Catherine. But this is something I have to do on my own, right? And some of the trouble here too, is that, you might be focusing with this caregiver card, you might be focusing more on other people in order to avoid the things that you put faith in, that you're trying to pour into yourself specifically, but whatever that project is, your career, your friends, whatever, your relationships, like it's a time for you to let go of pouring your energy more into people than what it is that you want to accomplish. And it's not to say that you can't pour into people that you care about. Like, don't, like, if that's who you are, you're a caregiver, that's who you are. But God is saying, like, don't forget about your purpose and what you're supposed to be doing. Okay? And have faith in yourself. Like, part of the, I feel like part of you trying to bring people in on what you're doing is because you don't have that faith in yourself, like 100%, like you need to, okay? So you got to sit with that for sure, for sure. Okay, the Hanged Man with self-reflection. I forgive myself for not knowing then what I know now. I choose to believe that every step I have taken to arrive at this level of awareness has been a necessary component of acquiring the understanding I embody today. Yes. So seriously, acknowledging that you've arrived, like you have mastered, like the things. I don't know, like maybe you're thinking that you're not, like you're not moved forward on the past, or you're not this new person, or you're not, you don't know enough. Like, that's not true. Like, you're keeping yourself in that cocoon, that safe space. I was called to say cocoon. So you're trying to become this butterfly, right? But like God is saying, no, you're stopping yourself from doing your things, doing what you want to do. And whether it's self-punishment because you didn't know any better, or it's martyr kind of energy, whatever the reasoning it is for you to be stuck right now, you need to let it go. You need to make peace and move on. Like, this ain't it. You have enough knowledge to do whatever it is you need to do. Like, and here's the thing, you're never going to stop learning, right? So even if you could say, well, I don't have all the information. Like, you'll never have all the information, but you've come to a space where, like, she's got her eyes shut and she can still see what's going on. So, like, that's the vibe I'm getting from this card is like, well, I don't need to look because I know. Like, you know now, so you need to move forward. You need to get down from that tree and start living your life, period. Okay? So, part of the coping thing for you might be keeping yourself small, or, you know, saying, I don't know if I'm ready, because you're afraid to actually do it. And that's okay, but you need to acknowledge that, right? It's it's yours. So 7 of Swords with self-expression. I forgive myself for judging my desires and consequently holding myself back from my inclination to explore my creativity. I choose to believe that it is in my nature to create, and my creativity allows me to explore the desires life wishes to experience through me. Okay. Judging. I literally, what have I been talking about? Okay. Creativity, that's so funny, because I have been struggling for a long time with expressing myself and my creativity. And, you know, this is creativity, but I mean like things I used to do, whether like I stopped listening to music for a while, I stopped drawing, I stopped writing. Like I was literally blocking myself from doing that. And it was because, so I'm going to tell you a quick story here. My dog Peanut, if you don't know, passed back in August, and I was thinking about drawing her or something, doing some kind of canvas for her, right? And my friend Kiana said to me, without even hearing that, because she's super gifted as well, super connected, she said, Colette, you need to draw Peanut. Like, she wants you to draw her. And I was like, girl, bye. So I told her, well, I was thinking about drawing her, but I don't want to get it wrong. And looking back at that comment, like, it's a silly thing to say, because you can't get creativity wrong. You can't. So I did start drawing it. I'm not done, and I will get back to it. I'm drawing her with my other dog, so I got to draw Lulu yet. It's turning out pretty good. But I'm telling you this because it's like, it's the same idea. Like, what are you trying to tell yourself that you can't accomplish or can't create because it's going to turn out? Like, what lies are you telling yourself about, like, well, you're lying to yourself by saying you're not creative, or you can't do it the right way, or you can't do it good enough. Like, you are enough. You're great at creating whatever it is that you create, and you need to just start doing it and stop thinking about it. Like, there's no, like, the swords are about the mind. Creativity shouldn't have, I mean, other than, okay, if you're painting or drawing, you want to have an idea of the concept, but it shouldn't be something you're thinking about. You're just doing it. You know what I mean? So the world with the martyr, esteem seeker, the martyr. I forgive myself for shaming another's ability to effortlessly and endlessly receive from their environment. I choose to believe that when I allow myself to receive without reflexively giving back, I am replenished with the resources I need to give more freely. That's so funny, because the 10 of Wands reverse came up in the card of the day today, and that talks about like being a martyr. So closing the cycle of, you know, one of the big things here is, I think, you feeling like you have to do X, Y, Z in order to receive from the universe, from God, you know. Sorry about that. You need to exist to receive, okay? So there's a balance between like action and doing too much. So that might be a thing that a habit that you struggle with, or a routine that you struggle with, of like getting in your head about, am I doing too much, or do I need to do something right now? Like, it's okay. That's something you'll kind of grow into, is what's, you know, God's saying. But one second, I'm sorry. This is really beautiful because I relate to this too. You might have been in an energy where you were watching certain people around you And I'm feeling like certain people that don't deserve things, like you feel like they don't deserve things, and they're getting all the things in the world. But what you weren't seeing before that you see now is that you are really abundant. Like, it's not about the physical things, the money, whatever. You have created abundance by the person you are, who you've always been. Just this really beautiful, caregiving, nurturing type energy type person. And that's the true abundance. And that's when you recognize that, that's when it all starts really happening for you, which is beautiful. Six of Cups talks about nostalgia. Excuse me. And the Child is this card. And then you got the Queen of Pentacles underneath that, and the Sun. That's beautiful. Inner Child is coming up really heavy. This is adorable. I just have to show this card. My goodness. Princess of Swords too. That's great. That would be the Knight of Swords. Or oh God, I'm drawing a blank. I have to look that up now. I'm sorry. Stop apologizing. Page, the Page. I was like, it's not the Princess. Like in real life, in regular decks, it's the Page of Swords. Very young energy. So you're being called to your inner child. Like, playing right now is really going to help you kind of step out of these habits, behaviors, routines that are too rigid, to be honest. They're too rigid, and I relate. So let's see. Purpose Seeker, the Child. I forgive myself for thinking others should also be excited about what I personally find to be interesting and worthwhile. I choose to believe that my preferences are a unique expression of who I am, and I may experience deeper fulfillment and clarity when honoring my desires independently. See, that's tying into this one, this caregiver card right here. You know, the people you love and care about might not 100% understand the things that you want to do, want to create, and want to achieve. But as long as they're supportive, you don't need to worry about, you know, that kind of thing, right? And I feel like this is something from childhood, a wound from childhood that you're carrying forward that you need to let go, where you felt like you were judged when you were little about the things that you were creating. That might be a block you have right now here with judging yourself. That might have came from childhood, somebody judging your creations, whatever they may be. So, you know, don't project it on people around you now, and don't let that stop you from creating, because you're meant to do whatever you're trying to do. Okay, whether it's a project or a business or whatever, like, you need to do it. And getting in touch with your inner child and maybe validating them and saying, you know, I know that was hard for you, but you've always been really gifted at XYZ, and I want to create more of that with you. So you can start doing the thing. Just start doing it. But I want to say that you're doing really well. Even if it doesn't feel like it right now, maybe you feel a little stuck still. You're just kind of in the fact that the Hangman's in the middle, like you're in the in-between of like this, getting to the end of the cycles. Because it feels like more than one thing that might be holding you back right now. And it might not even be, you know, a routine or habit. It might be something else that you're doing that you know isn't serving you. Okay. For some of you, it might be talking to people that don't align with you anymore. All right. So anyway, I really hope this helped you. And thanks for joining me today. Any likes, shares, comments on my videos and follows as well are really super appreciated and helpful. Oh, I just noticed 12:21. Wow. Squirrel. Did I say shares? Any shares of my videos are good too. I am currently offering $10 off any online bookings right now. I'll put the link in the comments, and you don't need a coupon for any of the online services. The money, the price reflects it in the on the website. I'm drawing a big brain fart right now. I think that's about it. Anyway, hope you have a good day. Thanks for tuning in.